Welcome back. In the last class, we have discussed about various organizations that has lent their supporting hand for the development of cooperative movement in different parts of the world. And previously, we were discussing about WAY. Let us discuss about some of the other organizations that has provided assistance for the cooperative development. Next one, volunteer programs. This program aims at bringing together youths of different age, race, background and different ethnic groups so as to interact between each other and share their ideas while fulfilling their duties as a volunteers. Just like volunteers in NCC or NSS, they voluntarily participate for the cause in which the youths or people from different parts of the world join together and share their ideas. It also strives to develop the youth by exposing them to an environment in which they get to realize their potential and explore their capabilities, so that each will share individual problems and issues and how they can be dealt with. And while sharing their issues and problems, the others will also provide their suggestions regarding how to deal with such issues. What are the methods that can be used for the development of cooperation as well as the development of the economy as a whole. And right now, the WAY has over 900 volunteers all over the world, and volunteers again get experience and become innovative. Some of these innovative ideas they execute in their countries. The participants have the opportunity to make contact with people and thus gaining the business related benefit, career advice, business reference, useful information and emotional support for the development of their cooperative movement as well as the development of the economy of that particular country as a whole. And why these volunteer programs was introduced? What was the objective behind that? Let us discuss some of the objectives with regard to that. The volunteer participation in the program will improve connection within the committee. Only through connection within the committee they can exchange their ideas, exchange their plans, policies, likewise. It improves the involvement of youth by providing opportunities. In these volunteer programs, youth are the main target. They are providing experiences, they are providing interactions, they are forced to share their ideas with regard to their experience. In such volunteer programs, youth will get information to participate in programs, and this will empower them to deal their issues and problems they face during their cooperative movement as a whole as well as their economy as a whole. Such volunteer programs also give chance to meet their own needs and work satisfaction to deal with human and social needs of the community. Such volunteer programs also improves the chance of recruitment of appropriate volunteers with interest and attitude for the development of the youth. Those who have the caliber and ideas and the intuition for the development of its fellow people will be selected for the particular cause. Volunteers will be provided with the chance of training for better performance of tasks. Even though they will be given training, apart from that, the volunteers having special qualities and abilities who having innovative ideas will be given better training for improved performance in their area of operation. Integration of volunteers through appropriate orientation. As we have mentioned earlier, such programs are implemented for giving opportunities or environment for the youth to share their ideas, so that the volunteers can interact together, they integrate together, thereby they can develop special qualities, abilities and can improve their efficiency with regard to their work. Volunteers will get chance for decision making through participation in the activities which will enhance their youth development. So only through their youth development, ideas, policies and plans of the way can be effectively implemented. Even though it has many objectives and mainly their objectives are concentrated towards the youth and their development, only through youth development, the development of the corporation or the country can be achieved. So apart from these objectives, let us discuss some of the main principles and ethics of volunteering. There should be some principles and ethics because it involves the involvement of youth from different parts of the world. So it should need some principles and ethics for the effective implementation. Develop inter-ethnic and intercultural and international understanding and cooperation. It's an important thing because people from different groups, that is different ethnic groups, they may from Asian continent, they may from African continents, they may from South American continent, likewise. People or youth from different parts of the world join together. So they should develop a inter-ethnic or intercultural and international understanding so as to develop a good cooperation among youth. Exchanging of ideas between youth of all countries. As we have mentioned about this point numerous times in the previous sessions, the youth programs were implemented for interaction between youth so that they can exchange their ideas. Assist in the development of youth by promoting mutual and extension of activities of youth. For effective implementation of WAY programs, youth has to be properly developed. So proper assistance are given for the development of youth by providing them mutual and extension of activities of youth that are within the WAY program. To cooperate in the activities of National Youth Council and youth organizations. Not only they are given opportunity to interact with the youth from different parts of the world, they are also trained to provide or trained to cooperate in the activities of their national youth councils and youth organizations within their country. Not only with international interaction, it also involves national interactions also within the country also. So these are the major principles and ethics of volunteering. Next, let us discuss about the responsibilities of a volunteer. As a volunteer, what are the things they must keep in mind? First one, follow the guidelines and policies of the organization. That is the first and the foremost thing. There must be a certain guidelines, such and such steps to be followed, and there will be certain policies that has to be implemented and maintained. The volunteers must be aware about the guidelines they should follow and the policies they must work on. Respects the participants without partiality. As we have mentioned earlier, it involves the interaction of youth from different parts of the world. So they should respect each other. Keep all the information collected from the member organizations as confidential and make undertaking for the same. The youth organization mentioned, as we have mentioned earlier, youth organizations join together or interact together, exchange their ideas, issues, problems, policies, etc. Where thereby they will get certain information from certain members. It should be kept confidential. Confidential means it should be kept as a top secret. It should not be spread across people. Some information may be confidential, so it must be kept secret. Work should be started with and one label. Their work and their responsibility is number one, and it should be done perfectly. They should not trace away from their responsibilities and their work. Humanitarian consideration for non-attendance due to illness and personal matters. In the youth associations, everyone should attend programs, meetings, seminars, workshops, etc. They should not take any types of leave or absenteeism. Some consideration can be provided. Apart from that, they must attend everything. The volunteers should try to learn, attend training and support from higher organizations. There may be frequent training for these volunteers, frequent seminars, national as well as regional as well as international seminars will be conducted, and the volunteers must attend each and every programs. And finally, commitment towards their work. Every volunteer should be committed towards their work. Then only the work can be implemented effectively and efficiently. So we have discussed about the concepts of way and their objectives, their principles, ethics, and the points that has to be kept in the mind of a volunteer. So who can become a volunteer? As we have mentioned earlier, youth association or youth movement, youth can become a member of member or a volunteer. So there are certain specifications for membership. So let us discuss about the requirements for a volunteer. Who can become a volunteer? Anyone who has attained the age of 18 is eligible to become a volunteer. That particular person should be able to speak at least 3 languages, because they are interacting with different people or different youth from different parts of the country. So they must at least know 3 international languages. Willingness to travel internationally. Yes, since it is an association or a volunteer program where youth from different parts of the world join together or interact together, they might have to travel more often and frequently. So they should be ready to travel for any sorts of international as well as national travels. They should be able to join international relief and emergency programs coordinated by WAY. Even though WAY is a youth program, they have association with many international organizations. So it is the duty of the volunteers to join for the area's international relief and emergency programs coordinated by WAY or with the help of WAY. So we have mentioned about the requirements to become a volunteer, their responsibilities and principles and ethics. So right now we have got an idea that it is an association where youth from different parts of the world join together. They may attend for seminars, workshops, different classworks likewise, and it may be conducted in different parts of the world. So they should be ready to travel within national or international travels likewise. So they should maintain certain standards, or they should maintain certain rules and regulations regarding the performance of these youth. So let us discuss about the rules and regulations for volunteers during WAY events. Since it has an interaction between youths of different parts of the country, they should maintain some regulations. First one, a form must be filled in and submitted to the secretariat. If a youth have to want to participate in an event relating to WAY, he can't simply go and join for any program, or he can simply take a ticket and go to any part of the country. Not like that. They must fill a form and it should be submitted to the secretariat. The form should be filled in with English, French and Spanish languages. As we have mentioned earlier, one of the requirements of a volunteer is to know at least 3 international languages. The volunteer who is willing to participate in WAY events must be on time and reliable. They should be sharp. If the time is set as 10 o'clock, he or she should be there at 10 o'clock at that specific moment or a specific place, whatever it is required as per the WAY event. The volunteer should realize that he or she represents WAY at any program or activities and no other organizations. He or she may be a part of WHO, or he may or she be a part of World Bank or whatever it is. If they are acting as a representative for WAY, they should be the representative of the WAY, not consider themselves as a part of their organization or a parent organization for which they are working. The volunteer should attend the activities as per the stipulated time. Volunteer should attend the activities as per the stipulated time and days. If he is unable to attend, he should inform the immediate supervisor. We have mentioned about that. He should be there on time, and absenteeism will not be entertained by the way. That is why it is like that. The volunteer's behavior should be polite. If he or she fails to maintain that, they will be terminated on the spot, because way is very strict regarding that. Refusal of responsibility continuously, like if if a youth, he or she may be informed that they should attend such programs of the way, or they should conduct such programs of the way. If he or she refuse to do that continuously more than once, they will be considered as not workable, and ultimately they will be terminated. The volunteer should not involve in any illegal or criminal activities, because they are the representatives of the way, international organization, so they should be perfect. The volunteer should consult the concerned way staff before implementing any activities. Activities means activities relating to the way or way events. If they are conducting any activities, they should get a prior permission from the way staff. Attention should be given to all participants without any favoritism. As we have mentioned earlier, everyone is equal under the head of way. Whatever their nationality, whatever their race, whatever their ethnic group, they are equal. Volunteers should take responsibilities for activities assigned to them. When they are assigned something, it is their responsibility to complete their job perfectly. The volunteers should understand only necessary information provided to them. They should not go further, or they should not dig upon any other extra information that is not related to them. It is none of their business. The volunteers shall not engage in any missionary activities or preaching. Volunteers are the responsibilities or representatives of way and way events. The way events may be participation of any programs that are maintained or implemented for the development of cooperative movement in different parts of the country, or the development of any countries within their membership. But volunteers should not conduct any sort of activities like missionary or preaching, anything related to religion, religious activity, missionary activities, preaching act, all these are related to religion. Volunteers should never ever engage in such activities. The volunteers should not participate in any sort of political activities. Even the volunteers have their political agendas or political interests, it should not be expressed in any sort of way events. The volunteers should not participate in any political activities. It's again the same point. Volunteers should follow the dress code as given in the agenda. So in some programs there may be certain dress code that has to be maintained by the participants. If there is any dress code that is specifically mentioned by the way or the event coordinators, it should be maintained by the volunteers. The volunteers must utilize their time and knowledge properly in the programs. Volunteers must utilize their time and knowledge. Time and knowledge means they should not simply go and sit over there, hear and watch everything. They should use their moments efficiently and effectively. They should hear whatever they are discussing. It is an opportunity for the volunteers to gain knowledge with regarding to the events that is going on. So these are the various activities that are related with the way programs. Let us discuss the next one. African Asian Rural Development Organization otherwise known as AARDO. African Asian Rural Development Organization, earlier it is known as Afro-Asian Development Organization. It was organized in 1962 as an autonomous intergovernmental organization comprising Government of Africa and Asia. Why it is formed? Because it is organized to promote coordinated efforts of various African and Asian countries, exchange of experience and cooperative actions for the development of rural areas of African as well as Asian countries. It is a non-political body that enjoys observer status with the various UN and other international organizations like FAO, IFAD, UNCTAD, UNDP, ICA and CIRDAP. These are the various international organizations just like the UN, especially working in certain specific areas for the development of various member countries as well as the development of third world countries. It also promotes collaboration with various international organizations for the economic and social welfare of rural communities. So basically the African and Asian Rural Development Organization targeting the development of rural countries of the member nations or rural areas of these member nations. So next one, history. With regard to history, as I mentioned earlier, even though in 1962 it is organized as a AARDO, it has its brief history even beginning prior to 1962, and as a part of an activity or an homework, try to identify the history of AARDO. So let us go to next areas regarding that. With regard to AARDO, there are certain points that has to be kept in mind. And first of all, that is the goal. What is the goal of AARDO? As we have mentioned earlier, the goal of AARDO mainly is the development of rural areas of Asian and African countries. Apart from that, being the situation prevailing in the developing countries of Afro-Asian region, their goal is determined as sustainable agricultural and rural development of its member countries. In the view of the above goal, the organization should have its own vision and mission. That would provide proper direction to activities of organization of its objectives to be achieved. So let us discuss about the vision and mission of AARDO. Vision of the AARDO. Vision in the sense means in long run, what should they plan for? What are the targets they have to attain during a working for a long period? After a long period, what should they achieve? That is the goal for the long term or long run period is known as vision. So, to improve the quality of the life of the rural people in the member countries of AARDO is the vision of the same organization. So, in order to achieve the vision, the organization or the whatever the group, they should plan certain missions. Only through achieving their missions, they can achieve their vision. So, let us discuss about the mission. The mission of AARDO is to catalyze effort of the Afro-Asian countries or African Asian countries to help them restructure their rural societies and to reconstruct the economy of the rural people by putting maximum effort and cooperative action by member countries of AARDO. So that is the mission. Even though they have mission whatever it is, their ultimate objective is development of rural areas of member countries. And apart from that, their area of concern, even though the main target is development of rural areas, under that their area of concern includes poverty alleviation. In order to remove poverty, most of the rural country areas of the African Asian are very poor condition. So their poverty alleviation. Sustainable agricultural development, integrated rural development, women empowerment, decentralization and community empowerment, environment and climatic changes in the context of rural development. So all these programs ultimately leads to the overall development of the rural areas. So in order to achieve this goal, vision, mission and particular areas in which they are concentrating on, they have to implement some actions or some functions. So let us discuss some of the functions of AARDO. The major functions of AARDO are to develop understanding among members for better understanding of each other problems and to take efforts for sustainable agricultural and rural development. Next important function, to conduct international and regional conferences, seminars, workshops and meeting to promote exchange of ideas, experiences among member countries. As we have mentioned in case of WAY, it also implements, AARD also has taken initiative for conducting conferences, seminars, workshop. Workshop is just like a seminar where people from different disciplines join together and interact each other, and meetings to promote ideas. Next one, to collaborate with international and regional organizations including UN agencies, national bodies, international bodies, governmental and non-governmental in developed and developing countries to accelerate agricultural and rural development of the rural areas of the AARDO countries. To conduct international, regional and country-wise training programs to strengthen the institutional capacity of member countries for promoting agricultural and rural development and networking to initiate views, experience and good practices. Not only the various conferences and meetings are conducted, various international, regional and national-wise training programs also conducted for the people of member countries so as to develop their rural and agricultural activities. Conduct research and studies and disseminate data, statistics and information to member countries. Various research and activities are conducted by the various member countries and they share their ideas between the member countries of AARDO. Apart from that, it provides technical and financial support to member countries to undertake projects relating to the development of rural areas and for the sustainable development of agriculture of these rural areas. It acts as a clearinghouse for dissemination of information through multimedia approach. Pursue environment and climatic change in the context of rural development. So these are the major functions with regard to the AARDO. And finally, let us discuss the activities done by the AARDO. Earlier we have discussed about the functions they should implement, they should take upon for the development of rural areas. Let us discuss about the various activities that has undertaken by the AARDO. We are coming almost to the end of our session or end of our subject. Let us discuss about the activities and thereby we will wind up the subject under this semester. So, during the last decades, the various African and Asian countries has achieved sustainable development with regard to rural as well as urban developments. And apart from that, AARDO has taken efforts to member countries and provide sufficient opportunities to the officials and experts from member countries to discuss their problems, exchange their ideas so that can be understood from the experience of the other countries. One country may have suffered some issues and they have find solutions for some issues. So another country might be facing that same issue for the first time. So they may not have any idea how to deal with such issues. But AARDO has taken initiative to interact with these countries so that one country will be having solution on one problem, it can be shared with another one who doesn't have the solution. That is the main concept. So in collaboration with Government of India, AARDO celebrated its Golden Jubilee during 5/7/2012 in New Delhi. As part of their celebration, an important activity was conducted, that is, an international seminar on rural development retrospects and prospects. It was a famous international seminar that was conducted in New Delhi as a part of the Golden Jubilee celebration. And in that international seminar, there was some recommendations for the AARDO for the development of rural and agricultural sections of the member countries. So let us discuss about the various recommendations. First one, reforms and restructuring rural poverty, society and economy. Reforms, and even though the AARDO has certain policies, plans, objectives, certain reforms and restructuring of in some ideas may be implemented or they may be using, it should be changed. Some ideas has to be changed. So reforms and restructuring for rural poverty, society and economy, that has to be implemented. Eradication of poverty and food and nutritional insecurity. Still there are some issues with regard to various rural areas in African and Asian countries where poverty, food and nutritional issues are still in persistence. So the eradication of poverty and food and nutrition insecurity has to be implemented. Women empowerment, still it is the most important thing that has to be implemented, that has to be strongly implemented. Women empowerment is another recommendation by the international seminar. Enhancing the role of private sector, NGOs and civil society. Even though AARDO has taken necessary steps for the development of rural areas and for the sustainable development of agriculture, enhancing the private sector, NGOs and civil societies of that particular region or the country, they should be enhanced. Certain role has to be provided so that the missions and visions of the AARDO can be effectively implemented. Increasing international trade in farm sector, so that just like the Kilimanjaro products that having worldwide demand, the demand of the products of these rural areas also will height. Encouraging better use of appropriate technologies and data generation and management. Through effective technology and data generation and management, they can find suggestions and information about various new technologies that can be implemented in rural areas, or the development of sustainable agriculture of these rural areas that can be entertained through better technology and data generation. And finally, collaboration in research and extension. Not only providing funds or objectives or vision or mission, research should be conducted in various important areas, and extension and activity should be conducted. Extension activities means on the basis of research they found that such and such action has to be implemented, and on the basis of such research those corrective actions should be implemented for as a part of rural development as well as sustainable agricultural development of that rural area as a whole and also of the member countries. So these are the various recommendations as per the seminar. And in this area we have discussed about some of the important prominent organizations who has lent their supporting hand for the development of cooperation as well as the development of developing countries, member countries, third world countries. There are certain other organizations that has taken initiative for the development of same, and try to identify some of other organizations apart from these. And we have completed almost all the areas with regard to your subjects as per the syllabus. Just go through all these points. If you have any queries, please let me know. And by this we are ending up the subject as per the syllabus.